Hello, and I am back here again for a review, and if there's anything that can bring me out of the slumber of not making reviews, it is something to do with the wonderful Sebastian Stan. Of course, I am here to do a recap of episode 1 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yes, it did come out on Friday, and yes, I am really far behind and get my review out, and this is probably what it's going to be like every week, but get used to it because I am so freaking excited. To show you how excited I am sporting my mentally dating Sebastian Stan relationship. That's how excited I am. I was going to get the actual cardboard cutout of Sebastian Stan, but I did think that was probably weird. Anyway guys, you know, even if you're just a follower on my Twitter or my family members or my friends or God forbid a poor person on the street, you will know how excited I have been for a Anthony Mackey Falcon and Sebastian Stan Bucky Barnes team up. When I found Sebastian Stan, I watched all the interviews with him in, and I fell in love with Anthony Mackey too. Their dynamic and everything was brilliant. Mac Attack and the Sexy Sea Bass, I wanted the podcast. They mentioned a buddy cop, I wanted a buddy cop, and we've got a buddy cop, and it's not just a movie. Oh no, it is 6 episodes of, if anything like the first one, pure brilliance and excitement, and I'm just so excited to sit down with you guys and just talk about it. I'm not going to be theorising because I do not know much about the comics. So I'll be refraining from theories because I also don't want it to be like WandaVision where we make all of these theories and people get upset when the theories don't happen. I have some stuff that I would like to happen in this, but obviously I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, so straight off the bat, we are thrown back into what Marvel does best, is the action sequence. Yes, people complained about WandaVision being completely different, but that was a perfect show. But this is what Marvel is. It was intense, it was action-packed, it was quippy like good old Anthony Mackey is, and it's just everything that, to be fair, it was kind of missing from WandaVision. Not that that was a bad thing, because I did love WandaVision, because WandaVision was different and challenging and something refreshing, but this was very much like Marvel. Now, it was a little bit choppy and a little bit weird for the angles, but to be fair, other than that, for a flying scene, you know, with people like jumping out of helicopters, it was still very intense and very gripping from the beginning. I think weirdly the scenes that actually stood out for me were the ones that were way more grounded. Yes, we had the explosion of the intensity straight off the bat, but to have that change of pace quite quickly was actually really refreshing to see. Like the speech and the family and everything really gave ground to the whole world above us, and like we got that with a little bit with WandaVision with the family and stuff, and we're getting that here. We're seeing them in a different kind of world. We are seeing them in our world, and it's nice to be able to see how they function more like in every day, and like their family, and like who knew Sam had a sister? You guys probably did, but I'm just terrible because I got distracted. But like it's all these little things, these pieces from their family and from their everyday lives that we don't really get to see and really fully round a character off. I really like the Winter Soldier nightmare flashback scene as well. It was nice to see Sebastian Stan in the back with his little long hair and his little mask on, because he wears a mask, people. Probably not because it's COVID, because he's more of an assassin, but hey, he looks cool, you could too. We also got to hear the Winter Soldier score again from the second film in the franchise, which was really nice. Seeing this, I did kind of think, okay, there's obviously going to be a reason behind seeing this. They ain't going to put it in for no reason. So I kind of knew and started to piece together after Yuri started saying his story about his son. Then I was like, they really put a bit of emphasis on a certain character in the flashback sort of nightmare scene. So, so like I kind of put things together. It's only really until the shrine that I was like, oh, I was right. But like nothing was really took out from that, because I was still like, oh sugar, like, when I pieced it together I was like, oh damn. And like with him making a whole amends in the sort of therapy session, which I have to admit is so funny. I freaking loved it, and it was just nice to see Sebastian Stan talk so much in a Marvel film, TV series, anything really. So for the first episode, it obviously set up some stuff that may happen. We obviously got introduced to a lot of characters and a lot of sort of story narratives that we might delve deeper into. The first one being the Flag Smashers, and I have to agree with Sam, it is a terrible name. They could have gone on Name Generator and got something probably a little bit better. But what I can gather from the Flag Smashers is that they aren't really too happy with everyone coming back after the blip. I think they kind of liked the life with the blip and they kind of want to get that back. So obviously we'll see how they are infiltrating it. We are seeing with Lieutenant Torres, the new character that was involved, that he is kind of trying to see and like go undercover. I shouldn't really theorise, and I said I wouldn't, but obviously we know that Zemo is coming back. Maybe he's behind it. We don't know. Who's that strong person? We don't know. They are playing their cards close to their chest right now. They're not really giving us anything to sort of nibble on here. Then we had the ending. Now, I probably shouldn't talk about the ending until the ending of this video, but I think we should just jump that hurdle and get over it, really, shouldn't we? Because that was a kick in the teeth. Like, excuse me. Okay, Sam gave that shield because he was like, you know, respecting the man who gave it to him, respecting what he put into it, saying that there could be no one quite like him and the symbol should die with Steve Rogers. But oh frickin' no, they bring this guy in, he comes up all into camera and frickin' winks at us like he thinks he owns the place and he owns the shield. Oh no, son, not my cap. But that's going to be a wake-up call definitely for Sam, and I definitely think for Bucky as well. I think if Bucky sees this as well, he's going to have to return Sam's calls. So as I said before, it wasn't just the Flag Smashers we were introduced to. We were introduced to a whole lot of array of new characters that I kind of actually liked, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously one that we haven't been introduced to, we know. We had Rhodey back, I can't say his name, it's terrible. And it was a nice interaction that him and Sam had, and sort of having that support mechanism there for Sam when he was doing that speech. And I hope he isn't just more than a cameo. I actually hope he makes more of an appearance throughout the series. Again, from Sam, we have to talk about Sam's sister and Sam's nephews. I love them all, but I have to say the nephews are so cute with the whole little video games thing. Oh, it melted my heart even on the second time. Then obviously with the Flag Smashers, I mentioned Lieutenant Torres, and Lieutenant Torres in the comics that I know of, because I had to Google him because I was like, he's kind of fit, and then I kind of went down a whole rabbit hole. So I do know a little bit of this, but he becomes sort of like another type of Falcon. Not so much like takes over from Sam, but kind of it's like his little protege or whatever it's called. So he's hopefully gonna go down that route of another Falcon. I'm not trying to theorize, I'm going into theorize mode. But a lot of people were saying that sort of Sam and Lieutenant Torres are gonna kind of get it on. But I've also heard that they actually have more of a father and son kind of relationship. And also, to be fair, if he's going to get with anyone, it should be with Bucky. And I don't care what any of you say. Because if we're not going to get Stucky, we are going to get Sam. Oh, I forgot what their ship name is. I'm a terrible fan. Then we get Yori, and Yori is a precious soul to me. I think he's adorable and I want more of him, but I know it's only going to end badly because obviously with Bucky killing his son, I don't really think he'll be that sweet to Bucky anymore. Also, you're probably surprised that I said I like Yori because of what he did. Obviously he asked a woman out for Bucky Barnes, and I was a little bit hurt, but hey, he's a fictional character, okay? I need to get over myself. Bucky can go on dates. It should be with Sam, but Bucky can go on dates. Now then, we've talked about those characters. Now let's talk about the two. The only two that we are here for, well, me mostly, is here for. Mr. Anthony Mackey as Falcon. Only Anthony Mackey could probably play Falcon. I've seen people say it on Twitter and I wholeheartedly agree. He is quippy, he is brilliant at the drama scenes when he needs to be, and I don't know, he just gives this kind of sass to some of his lines that you just kind of like, oh shit, he went there. And like, one of the best scenes that we have to mention in the whole episode is him with the speech about Captain America handing over the shield. The emotion you could see in him, just like when he stared off to the distance and the camera just lingered on him, it was like, damn, Anthony, like, we ain't seen you act in the Marvel movies. Like, you have been very much on the sideline with things, but like, can we just appreciate what he is doing right now? So if anyone out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has had the roughest time in the whole entire world, it is probably the Winter Soldier. Maybe Wanda Maximoff. I may have to give her some kind of leeway with the whole parents dead, but to be fair, on a more psychological term, Mr. Brainwashed over there, I think he takes a biscuit on this one. And I was so excited to see and explore the damaged side of my boy, you know, sort of see him having to come to terms with it. We learn that he's going to get pardoned. We learn that he has to have these like therapy sessions before to see if he can sort of survive in civilization. And it's just really interesting to see that they're finally going to delve deeper into the Winter Soldier and also kind of take him away from that Winter Soldier name. Like, he is James Buchanan Barnes, like that is his name, and we get to see that he's obviously having to make amends with people or try and tell the people that he has changed. So we get to see that interaction, and obviously we get to see that's why he's with Yuri. Also, we kind of briefly touched over the date. Yeah, he went on a date. He was freaking adorable in it. He brought her flowers. I was like, I'm not much of a flowers girl because I've got hay fever, so you're basically just killing me here. He was just such a sweet romantic man, and it's like he was like back in his 1940s roots when he was taking all the girls out as a soldier, and he had like the little joke about his age, well, not actual joke, real, but like the girls like, ha, and he's like, yeah. And it's just like all of those little interactions, it's just, bless him, it's so sweet to kind of see him adjust to all of this. Like, as he said, he's gone from one fight to another for 90 years. Like, he's never really had any peace except for that little time in Wakanda. So I'm so excited that we finally get to explore these two characters, because they couldn't go to anyone nicer. Like, Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, they enjoy these characters. You can tell from the interviews and the banter that they have and how they wanted to do this buddy cop movie themselves. They are so invested in portraying these characters correct. And I was kind of surprised we didn't actually get to see them two interact in the first place. I thought at least at the end they might have come together, but it was actually really nice to just have them separate from each other. Just them two away from each other, just living their lives and showing the contrast between them. Like, Sebastian Stan's alone, dingy, upset, and Sam, he's with his family, he's going through a hard time with the boat, but he's got family there to support him. Bucky hasn't got anything. So it's just nice to see those juxtaposes after the blip. Finally, I just want to say how brilliant this was shot. Okay, the cinematography, if this is the level that we are going to get throughout the whole series, I'm just going to be so blown away. Like, this is a TV show, but the production quality is brilliant. The intimate close-ups that we get in the therapy session between Bucky and the therapist, they're very invasive, but also very sort of like, although invasive, very close up and intimate. We get to see him. We get to see his eyes, we get to see like the window into his soul, you know. And he's a very good actor with his eyes. And not many people can be limited, except for like obviously Tom Hardy, but like very limited of like facial movements. And they are really focusing on Sebastian Stan's sort of emotion through his eyes, and he's really good at conveying that. But also they have that intimacy and that close up with Sam, with the speech afterwards when he's gazing off into this into sort of the symbol. And they know how to use the props around them, the scenery, the characters. Like, whoever directed this, I should have found her name before I filmed this. Whoever directed it did a brilliant job, and I just hope that each episode either tops the last one or continues to be on that level, because I was so engrossed on it the first time watching it. It felt like I was watching it for like 2 hours. It felt like a movie to me. Like, it's not that the pacing was so slow and boring, it's not that. I was just so engrossed that I didn't even know time was passing. It ended with the credits and I was like, hold on, you're just gonna end on that? Huh? But I still got like about at least 2 hours left of this film here. Like, I genuinely thought it was one of the films. It's a torture that they are bringing this out every single week, but it's also a blessing because you can watch it, you can enjoy it, you can let it sit with you, and then you can watch the next one and you can cry and you can let it sit with you. And it's just that continuous loop. And honestly, I can't wait for the other episodes and I'm just so excited. I'm kind of mellowed down a bit now because I think my coffee worn off, but like, I'm very excited about this. It's all I've been talking about. It's very sad. So that is my review, recap, whatever you want to call it, hodgepodge mess of a review for the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 1. Now, I am very sorry. It is very much a hodgepodge mess, but I've been so excited. I haven't filmed a review in like forever, so coming back here, I'm like, how do I talk to a camera again? Like, how do I form sentences? I've been in lockdown, I ain't talked to anyone really, it's really bad. So I do apologise that this has kind of probably not been the most professional, nor the most structured of reviews, but I just want to convey my excitement, and I just want to talk about it, and this is the only way I get to talk about it, so tough. You can switch off, I don't mind, I don't care, I don't know what I'm on about. And if you want to talk about it, you can follow me on all the social media, they will be down below. You can comment to me on the comments, just don't spoil it for people. I just need people to talk to about this because I don't know how much my mum can take of this, and it's only the first episode. But thank you guys for coming to my hodgepodge review. I might just call them hodgepodge reviews now. Hodgepodge review recap thing of Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 1. Hopefully I will be able to do these again each week. There will become a struggle because I am starting a new job. I think this, like, it would probably be the 5th episode that comes out. I was thinking of asking them, can I do it after, you know, the Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out? Like, is there like a leeway? But I thought I probably wouldn't get the job then if I did that, but it would probably have been worth it. Anyway, bye guys, see you soon. Oh god, my bed is really creaky. Okay, and people have just walked past the window as I'm like like this on my top.